Hey everybody, I'm Chris Fafalius, and I'm the producer of Krista Makes a Podcast and the host of the One Hit Thunder podcast.
And I'm Matt Kelly, host of Horror Movie Night and the producer / the head of content for the Geekscape Podcasting Network.
Between the two of us, we have, believe it or not, 25 years of podcasting experience, and we want to help you start your own podcast.
We know podcasting, and we want to share that knowledge with you.
So whether you're new to podcasting or you want some feedback on your currently active podcast, we want to help.
Or perhaps you're just overwhelmed with all of the editing work. Well, we can help you with that also.
You can check out our website at weknowpodcasting.com for more information.
We're excited to help your podcasting dreams become a reality.
Cutest little girl in the world with that belly bump. It makes me smile.
Aw, she's actually smiling so big.
Right?
She's so cute.
It's in my eyes. The smile's in my eyes. Yee! Okay, we're doing a quarantine app. Our last one probably of all time.
Yeah, because, people are getting vaccinated. We're getting back to normal. We don't need quarantine no mo.
No mo.
We're done.
We're done.
And
but I do love these episodes. They're my favorite.
Yeah. I was actually making my list and I was like, wow, I did a lot since the last one.
Start us off. Let's hear. Okay, so the last one we did we did a New Year's one, which technically was a quarantine app. And then we did, at the end of Zoe's, we did one of these. Our last Zoe's app, we did one. So it's been like probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. And if I was like good at my little side gig here, I would have listened to that episode before this one to know what I said. But I didn't, and I won't remember, but that's okay. So the saga continues. I am still watching Vampire Diaries.
How much further have you gotten?
So I'm finally on season 6, which is huge because there are 8 seasons. So if you think about it, there's only 2 left.
Tail end now.
You're right there.
So
baby.
I'm committed. I will finish it, but I'm just like not happily watching it, which kind of bothers me.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like when you're
It's
just like so committed to just be like, I just got to finish this fucking show.
I hate that. That's how I felt about Dexter at the end.
Yeah. Like I loved Vampire Diaries, and you got to be like, like not everyone. Like I think if you watch Vampire Diaries, you'd be like, what the fuck?
I'd probably be obsessed
you
with
think?
it. I am obsessed with everything.
Maybe.
I need help.
That's true. Maybe you should give it a go.
I gotta give it a go. Oh.
Because the first couple seasons are good. It's like they lost me after season 4.
I don't think you understand the shit I watch.
I know.
Like all the
Maybe I don't
Arrowverse
understand
shows.
you.
You do. I know you do.
I definitely do.
Our chemistry is off the charts
Yes.
recently.
Yeah, burning it up.
The baby in her belly is only just extenuating, if that's a word, our powers.
Yeah.
Our chemistry.
I think our chemistry
Between
is
the
so
two.
real. Even like when my baby hears Kathleen's voice, she kicks. She knows. She recognizes
She's like,
that
I
voice.
hate that voice. Get it out of here.
No, she loves it. She's so happy.
Okay.
So
what
yeah,
else you
Vampire Diaries. I mean,
sister?
I'll get there. I just want to thank everyone for their support.
The people are rallying behind you to get this done.
And due to my sweet co-host, I started re-binging Jane the Virgin.
Yes. I didn't pick up after the premiere, but I'm going to pick it up.
It's such summer vibes, which we talked about before, and it just brings me joy. And I love the characters so much more after like the rewatch, because now you know them all through the series. So like now I'm like full in with Petra. I just fucking love her because I know her growth at the end.
Yes.
That I'm like,
that's how I felt on my
Petra.
rewatch too.
Yeah, she's great. I love her.
Yeah, Jane. Nobody saw this. We should post it on the My Favorite Episode, but Julie and our friend Stephanie got me a Rogelio cameo, and it was fucking incredible. It was truly fucking. I watched it 18 times in a row. Like I was just giggling because he's such a whack.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Well, I
He's
purposely
exactly-
wrote on there like, please act like Rogelio, because
Yeah.
she's a huge fan.
Oh my
Because I was
God.
like, it would have been cool if he wished you a happy birthday, but like not if he was just being himself.
Yeah.
Like you would have been like, cool guys.
My mom
thanks.
was like screaming about it all day. Every 5 seconds she's like, give me your phone. I'm like, I sent it to you. Open it up in the text. Like I don't need to hand you my phone. It was Mother's Day, so I needed to relax.
Yeah, that's okay.
But yeah, but it was a great gift.
I don't want to just read down my line. Like
Okay.
let's skip around. So
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I've been off my game a little bit. I've of course watched 1 million things, but normally my mindset is the Tetris mindset, right? I'm like, I can fit this 10 episode show, this 8 episode show like that. But I just kept rewatching Winona Earp so much that and then it threw me off for other shows. I would like start it, but I do have some good ones to recommend.
recommendate. Yep.
So the one I want to pitch first is Hacks on HBO Max. There's only 2 episodes out so far. They drop 2 at once, and then weekly they're gonna drop. I think it's like Thursdays or something, or Tuesdays. But it's basically a Gene Smart show, and aka the grandma from Mayor of Easttown. If y'all watch that, that's my second one I'm gonna pitch.
Yeah, it's a good
But
one.
Hacks is just about really, really famous, like quote unquote, she's getting washed up stand-up comedian, like a millionaire, a really Gene Smart, and she wants to like revamp her stand-up because she's like getting old, and basically there's this like canceled writer that she got canceled for something she tweeted is like helping her. It's just a comedy, but it's really funny. It's Trey from Broad City and Megan Stalter from Instagram, if you know her. It's a great cast, and I'm hot on Gene Smart right now. She is peaking in her 3rd act right now, because Mayor of Easttown's fucking awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Delco is literally a character in it. It's out of control. They sound like us, except not, because it's crazy.
Except not.
I think they sound more like Drexel Hill, Upper Darby people. Like, we don't have it as bad as they
No.
do. Like Ridley, those people. You hear me, Ridley, Upper Darby, Drexel Hill people?
Lean's calling you
I'm
out.
calling you out with your water.
Like,
and your
because we don't say
fucking-
like hoagie and home.
Anyone who watches Mayor of Easttown, if you haven't seen the SNL skit about it, it is incredible. It's called Murder Durder. They nail it so much. It's like the sense of pride I get from being like made fun of so hard. It's really good. And if anyone doesn't know what Mayor of Easttown is, it's the new HBO show. It's almost all out. I think there's 2 episodes left. Airs on Sundays, but it's set in Delco, and it's basically a whodunit murder mystery, but Kate Winslet is the star and Evan Peters is the co-star.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
It's very like True Detective vibes.
dark.
Yeah, dark, but like humorous. Like this episode.
laugh-
oh my god!
the laugh.
Stop.
Yeah.
I was like cracking up. Like
Yeah.
I was laughing with them. I was in the car
Me
laughing
too.
with them.
Me too.
And it's just like, so the first episode is slow, but that's like most shows. Like you're getting introduced to the characters, you're getting their background a little
Yeah.
bit. But then every episode to follow has a crazy ass cliffhanger.
Oh, it's so good.
where like,
Especially this last
oh
one.
my
Yay!
god, you better stop.
You better stop. I think that was episode 5 for anyone who's whenever this drops.
Yes.
Episode 5.
So we're not just recommending this because we're from Delco. It's a good ass fucking show.
Yeah, like I always go to the Twitter hashtag at the end of every episode just to see who's tweeting about it, and everyone's watching it.
Oh, it's
the
so
whole
good.
country. Like I'm like,
whole country.
and it's interesting.
It's not just Delco.
So my dad was an extra in it because they shot it here in Delco. So we're just waiting for him to get. I just saw him. He was like, I'm on the cutting room floor. I know it. I'm not going to. It's the first thing he said to me when he walked in the door because we can't stop talking about it. I'm like, you're not, Dad. There's going to be a good flashback, a therapy flashback because he
Yeah.
was in a basketball scene. But Kate Winslet and Evan Peters were not in it. So it's got to be her winning shot. Like, he was in a scene with a teenage girl hitting the winning shot like over and over again. They just kept like doing it.
Yeah, we got to give Mr. Sping a shout out because he's been so humble after this like
He is.
celebrity.
So-
Like he literally fed me pepperoni bread like he wasn't in an HBO show, and I just love that. Like he remembered.
He is the
when
sweetest,
he was my
most handsome
basketball.
dad.
Oh my god, so hot. Love him.
Love you, Dad.
We love you, Mr. Sping. Thanks for staying young and just being you. We feel proud that.
The proudest.
I mean, this guy turned down a fucking callback.
He
Can
did. He
you
got a
say
callback for
diva? He said
He got
nah.
a callback for man in car, and he turned it down. The other running joke in our family is he's the murderer. Like,
Stop.
Either that they did it so well that he only showed up one day and he's the murderer, or he's been sneaking out and shooting scenes.
I literally don't want to watch the show anymore if he is not the murderer.
I know.
I'm done with Mayor of Easttown if your dad is not
If
the
that
murderer.
basketball scene happens and there's just a slow zoom in on your dad's face, then we know for a fact.
Oh my God.
It's him.
I mean, in his defense, he told me that like it was just one scene and it was like 8 hours that he was there. So I give him a little bit of credit for not wanting to drive by for 8 hours in a car.
It's crazy. How do
See,
they get
that's what I'm
anything
saying.
done?
He's staying so humble.
He's the best.
Matt?
I'll start with two of the heavy hitters that I became like insanely obsessed with lately. One is I finally watched Lost. Loved it. Fantastic. Don't understand the hate that the ending gets. I think that the ending is beautiful.
Did you sob so hard?
Oh my God. Well, I did, but I think a big portion of it is that the final musical score in that church is beautiful.
It's devastating. I mean,
Like, it is one of the prettiest pieces of music I've ever
Yeah.
heard in my entire life.
the whole scoring, soundtrack, everything is fantastic.
But yeah, the character, like, I understand that there are people who are like, but this random thing that happened 5 seasons ago didn't get answered. And I was like, but I was watching it for the characters.
We don't care about the polar bear. Shut up about it.
Yeah, but like following those characters, I mean, Hurley, my feelings on Hurley and Locke never changed. Like, I was just like, I like these dudes and they could do the most evil shit ever and I would still ride for them because I
Yeah.
just like them. But the surprise character for me was Daniel, who was at it in like season 4, like the scientist who's like all fucked
Dark
up.
hair, longer dark hair.
Who's just like fucking nuts because he's been trapped in like time loops his entire
Yeah.
life. Like, that dude was so good. And him and Desmond have an episode together that is
Des.
without a doubt the best episode of that entire show. So yeah, highly recommend that. And then I'm almost done. I got one more season left, but I've been just crushing Hannibal this week. And I will tell you, that show, more than any movie, more than anything I've seen on HBO or Showtime, has made me almost throw up by how violent it is. And it
Wow.
played at like 8:30 on NBC. Like, it doesn't make any
This
sense.
is a guy who has 300 episodes of a horror movie
Yeah.
podcast out.
And there's no way I'm watching that show.
I
No,
might.
you would be sick to your stomach watching
I
it.
can't even watch like the Saw movies. I want to die. So
All right, back to you, Jewel.
back to me. Okay. So I'm in the middle. I'm actually like, yeah, I guess I'm in the middle of Modern Family too.
Yeah.
It's just like my
hit
feel-good
a
show.
hard stop on
Well,
that. I
because
feel
it's
like.
kind of like it's hard to binge a show like that and like not be like, all right, I'm kind of like overwatching this. It's hard to watch a show like that, like on
Yeah.
a loop nonstop. Like Modern Family brings me joy. I think it's so fucking funny and like just like the family vibe. I'm just here for it. But
So, as someone who hasn't watched Modern Family, things that made people love Office and Parks and Recreation was that you really felt like you were like following these characters as they continued to grow and be better people. Is Modern Family kind of just a status quo show for like all the seasons? Like, for the most part, the characters that you meet in season 1 are kind of the same characters.
yeah, kind of. So now it's just become a show like when I don't feel like if I'm like, oh, I won't be pissed if I fall asleep watching this, I'll put on Modern Family. But I think it's just one of those shows, like it's almost the same as Friends. Like I could binge the series of Friends just because I've seen all the episodes anyway.
Did you see the reunion trailer?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I know. But the thing that sucks about it is like, it's like a reunion, but it's not like,
I'd rather this. I'd honestly rather this.
Yeah.
Like, give me all the background information, not the. I mean, I of course, I didn't watch all of it. I've seen a lot of episodes.
you've probably seen more than you think that you
I
have.
know.
Yeah, because it's
And-
always on.
Yeah, but I love behind the scenes shit. Like, give me
Yeah.
the feels. Like, show me that these people loved each other in real life. That's what I want to
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
You know what? You're probably right. It probably actually wouldn't even be as good as if they like redid it.
Yeah.
Real quick, I'm just going to go through shows that are currently on that I'm watching.
Yes.
Obviously, High School Musical, the series. Because
I haven't even
back,
seen
baby.
it yet. I haven't watched the first episode. I'm like saving it because I'm just busy and I want to be like, I want to sit and enjoy it. Like, I need to. I don't have any plans Friday, so I'll probably watch both.
You better. Cruel Summer, obviously, because we
Yes.
did a episode on it, and
It's honestly losing me a bit.
it's losing me a bit because we have one episode left and we have 0 answers.
Yeah.
Like, what is
and
happening?
I just hate Jeanette. I hate her so much.
And you
I
totally predicted that this entire week's episode was
Yeah.
going to be. We didn't have Kate once in this episode.
I'm glad we had more Sarah Drew, the mom.
We got
I
her
really
story.
liked that.
Yeah.
And I like Ange, the stepmom. I'm
Me
going to call her the
too.
stepmom,
Me too.
bartender, whatever. She's great.
Yeah.
Great addition. Love her.
Yep.
And like Kate's stepsister hasn't been in it since that one episode. It's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah. And how are we? There's no way.
Maybe there is more than 7.
There has to be, unless like we're getting a 2-hour season finale or something. And the other 3 shows I'm watching that are currently on is Younger, which I'm still trying to get Kathleen to watch. I just need her to. It's
Yes.
not. That's a lie. I'm not trying to. She will. I just want her to do it
Wow,
immediately.
look at you. You're so
Well,
cute.
because it sounded like I was saying like you're on the fence and you're not.
Yeah, no, it's definitely on my list.
It's just like I want her to right now. And then Grey's and A Million Little Things, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
which A Million Little Things love. But I'm kind of losing it this season.
I agree. And so I binged A Million Little Things this year at some point, and that would have been on my list too. I really liked it. Now I'm like,
I think like the whole John thing was so good.
yeah.
And like the mystery of like what's going on with John, and now it's kind of like they just keep getting renewed, so they're pulling for like different
yeah.
storylines. And I'm like first of all, give me Delilah back because I love her, and
More Maggie.
yeah, more Maggie, like not constant drama with Catherine and Eddie. I almost said Jimmy.
Fuck them.
I know, like I'm just like, ugh,
Catherine's fine. It's Eddie. He's such a drama queen. I can't.
and you hate Theo.
And I hate Theo. Sorry. I hate him. He's such a little twerp. He's always
think of
being
it
a
every
whiny
time when he's on
baby.
it. I'm like,
And even when he's trying to be sweet, I'm like, you better stop. You're putting on a fucking
Fake.
show.
You're being
You're
fake.
fucking fake, Theo. And Grey's has been a snooze fest. They
Yeah.
got renewed for a new season, which is out of control. Ellen penned that motherfucking deal. Get that money, bitch. She'd been laying in a bed for 10 episodes straight. That's my girl. Although it made the show suffer, I stand a hustling ass bitch. So the Jackson and April episode that just aired was Chef's Kiss.
Yeah, it
I
was
was
good.
enthralled. I missed April. They didn't miss a beat. It was
it
perfect.
was good stuff.
And tomorrow night's episode, Jackson's leaving the show. Spoiler alert. But
Jackson's so hot.
I know it's like we only have Bailey, Weber, and Mare from the original crew now.
Yeah, which always makes me really sad. You hate to see an original person leave. I actually love Jo, though. She's not an original, but I love Jo.
Well, Jackson's technically not either.
Yeah.
He didn't even come until 6, so
But there's no one I loved more than like the originals, like season
of
1
course.
original
Yeah.
crew.
yeah.
So-
The intern group.
Oh,
Come on.
it's
You better
just-
stop.
It's too good.
I
But
know.
yeah, I'm surprised that Grace keeps getting renewed.
I'll watch it for the rest of time.
Yeah, I love Jo.
Joe's the best.
Jo is so good.
But I feel like she's going to leave too. I feel like they're going to give her a spinoff or something.
oh my God.
NICU spinoff.
Oh, you better stop. I think I love how much she loves Meredith and like looks up. I mean, they all do.
Mm-hmm.
But and just the storyline with Alex is just heartbreaking.
I know.
Fucking Jo. I mean, I was always anti-Izzy, but I think it's because I'm anti-Katherine Heigl. Although
Firefly Lane.
We'll get to that.
Yeah. So I'll let Julie say Firefly Lane. But there's a few that I watched. I'm not sure what we talked about before, like Upload, Ginny and Georgia. Tell Me Your Secrets on Amazon Prime. I watched all the way through and then never spoke to another soul about it. Isn't that crazy? I
was
watched
gonna
the
say,
whole damn thing.
The
Lily
idea
Rob.
that you watched the show and there wasn't at least a tweet or an Instagram post about it is chaos.
because it was just like I watched 10 episodes, like full hour episodes on Amazon Prime, and then I was like, okay, bye. So the thing I've been spending a lot of my time on is Lost Girl, which is 5 seasons. I think it originally aired on Sci-Fi. It's like a small little Canadian show about fae, dark fae, light fae. It's like classic me. Pretty low budge, and I don't know that I would recommend it to anyone who's not like obsessed with that kind of genre show.
She's just speaking on it and saying she watched it.
But I love it. Like,
Yeah.
I really love it. It's from the same creators of Wynonna Earp. Well, she was the showrunner for at least the back half of the show. But it's the same kind of humor and badassery and female driven and shit. So
Head assery.
Yeah.
Love that.
yeah, so that one's been taking up some time, but I'm watching it on the CW Seed, and I think I've said this on an episode, but like there's weird commercials that you can't fast forward, and like it doesn't say, there's no login, so every time I log in I have to like type in Lost Girl, hit it, and then go through all the episodes and find the episode I was on. Like it doesn't say like continue. It's so weird. So it's kind of like a struggle to watch it, so I only watch it like work from home. I don't know, it's been a slow process. But Lost Girl, I watched the other two, which is, I think it was on HBO Max, so, but it's originally a Comedy Central. It's just like a Broad City type show, but it's a guy, it's about two siblings. Really funny. The other two, you should watch it. I'm not really going to pitch it. And then I will pitch this one, Shadow and Bone. My other podcast covered it. Again, it's based off of novels by Leigh Bardugo. It's like magic-ish, but I really loved Shadow and Bone. Amazing CGI, amazing fight scenes, like good comedy in it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I was surprised by it because Binge Town was surprised by it in general. Like we weren't planning on doing it, and then the second it dropped, we were just like, let's go. We got a squad together to do it, but it was really fun to cover. And anyone who likes sci-fi will like it. And the Crows, just shout out to the Crows because they're so hot and cool.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll bounce off of that with two shows that were covered by Bingetown and one that I was shocked wasn't covered by Bingetown in my superhero block. WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and Invincible all dropped within like weeks of each other, basically. I liked all of them for very different reasons. WandaVision was like a show custom made for me. It was just like a weird love letter to like sitcoms throughout the last 6 decades.
I liked WandaVision.
Falcon and Winter Soldier I thought was a little slow, but I thought that the last episode was like extremely powerful and was completely worth the whole watch just to get to the speech that happens at the end of it. And Invincible was one of my favorite comic book series, so I went in with high expectations. I had some trouble getting past the animation because it's very like anime inspired animation, and I've never been an anime guy.
Yeah.
But the story is, I mean, people have basically summed it up with Invincible is the story of finding out your dad is a white supremacist. Like, it's a superhero story where this kid's dad is Superman and he's waiting to get his superpowers. And then when he finally gets his superpowers, his dad reveals what his actual mission was when he came to Earth in the first place. And it turns into a really gnarly story. And I'm super excited to see where it goes in the next season.
All right, shows I finished. My list is very small.
Okay.
And it's very basic. Virgin River.
Oh, yeah.
It was cute. Wouldn't revisit it. Wouldn't recommend it.
But we'll watch the next season when it
I'll
comes out.
watch the next season,
Yeah, me
but
too.
like I wouldn't
agree.
ever like push it on someone like you have to watch the show.
You know what that reminds me of? Sweet Magnolias.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I'm not going to rewatch season 1 when season 2 comes out.
Agreed.
But I
I'll watch
I will watch
season
season 2. Yeah.
Yeah, because Sweet Magnolias, I actually like Sweet Magnolias better.
Me too. Better vibes.
And it just came at the right time. Like, I think it was because it was during quarantine.
Do you know that her name is Alexandra something? The lead in Virgin River is Monique from She's the Man.
I did not until
I
you just
know
said that.
because I kept referring to her as Kevin's girlfriend in This Is Us.
Yes.
Because it's Sophie or
Yep.
whatever. And then I was like looking at her IMDb. I was like, I am so mistaken by saying this. Like, her iconic role is Monique.
Yes.
On She's the Man. Like, what an iconic role. One of the best movies of all time, and one of
literally
the
one
villain
of the
the
best
movie.
movies of all time. Dom, do you remember that movie? The Wilds, which I don't remember if I said that on the last one.
Wait, did I? Yeah, I knew you watched The Wilds.
Yeah, you told me to
Ooh,
watch
we
it.
love The Wilds on this show, bitch.
The Wilds is really, really
It's
good.
fucking
Not
lit.
only, hold on a second, not only did she tell you that she watched The Wilds, in a previous episode, she talked about how she was texting you about The Wilds and was upset that you never responded to any of the text messages.
That can't be true.
I cry about that more often than not.
No, she doesn't.
I'm like,
She's
why
fucking
won't you just fucking answer
I'm playing
me?
hard to get. Distance make the heart grow fonder.
That's probably why we've had so much chemistry.
I know.
Fireflane. Toonie. Firefly Lane. Loved it. Cannot wait for season 2.
it's good
Would
stuff.
recommend, even as someone who's anti Katherine Heigl. Loved her in it.
I'm not anti Katherine Heigl. I think that she might be our rom-com queen of our generation.
See, that's bold.
Of the aughts.
Yeah, but I like them better as teenagers. Like, I liked
Oh,
that.
they're great.
Yeah.
Great
I
chemistry.
told Kathleen like very Now and Then vibes. That movie is fucking fire.
Yeah.
And if you haven't seen it, watch it. And then Riverdale.
Yes! I convinced her.
Yeah. And I somehow did it
I
in
was
a very
actively
short period of
Trying
time.
to not convince you to watch it. I
Yeah,
was like,
she somehow told me it was so bad that it encouraged me to watch it. I don't
Yes.
know how that happened, but I feel more connected with you to understand what's happening. And now I have to wait till the next season's on Netflix because I don't have cable.
Yeah.
Which is really annoying because like I really want to
It's
see
not
this
good, so
5-year
it's fine.
jump. I'm like dying to see
No,
it.
it is kind of good. It's not. It's not
No,
good at
it's
all.
not good.
No. It's not good at all, but I enjoy it.
Okay.
You have any more?
Honestly, I don't.
She's just talking.
I
to
have
talk.
some things that are on my list, of course, but no, I'm just talking to talk. I've been slacking the last few months. My brain's elsewhere, I guess.
Where is it?
Who's to say?
I'll call this pack the ones that I watched with my parents before I moved out.
Aw, this is a sweet segment.
Yeah, Red Oaks, which I may have talked about on the last one because I probably had just started it. It was like one of the early Amazon Prime shows, ran for 3 seasons. It's basically Caddyshack. It's just the movie Caddyshack is a TV show, and I love the movie Caddyshack. I enjoyed this. And Kim's Convenience, which was
Ooh, yeah.
a Kathleen recommendation, and I think I... In a rare thing, I surpassed Kathleen on watching it, which never happens.
I stopped. I finished season 2. I'll get back to it. I loved it. I think it's so cute. I really enjoyed that.
It's very funny. It's very charming.
Canadian TV.
It does that thing that like Canadian TV just does so well, where it's like it does almost the South Park thing, where like it is so politically incorrect with everything that like it somehow transcends into being perfectly politically correct because they like take shots at literally everyone and anything. But yeah, it's, I mean, right from the first like minute of the first episode, you'll know if it's a show for you or not.
Yep. There's all these shows you're saying I've watched this year, and I'm like, I don't remember if I talked about them or not.
Yeah.
Because I always weave shit in. Like, we love Ginny and Georgia, which we watched in between, but we
talked
did an
about it,
episode.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, well, I think that was it then, right?
Oh, Zoe's. And we just
baby.
watched the season finale
yes.
of Zoe's.
That penultimate was incredible.
Yeah.
One of the best flashback episodes I've ever seen. I think they were genius about it. Like weaving in, I think we talked about that, weaving in the music without it being actually the heart songs maybe.
And Zoe sang a heart song.
Dude, I mean, spoiler alert.
Sorry.
But fuck, yes. Are you kidding me? I was waiting to talk to you guys about it because I watched it yesterday. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, Skylar Astin's acting during that, like, just being like, oh my God, was so, and Zoe killed that.
Yeah.
So I read a really awesome interview
It was really cute ending.
with Austin, the creator of the show.
Yeah.
And they were like, why and how? You know, and he's like, I don't want to give away too much, but he's like, here's the thing. It all hinges on that dream sequence and her understanding that her father is watching over her from the heavens and knowing that she really wants this relationship to work, and the relationship can only work if they're on equal ground. So he grants from the heavens, he's granted that power. And I'm like, that's fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, that's
gorgeous.
Did you cry?
I did not.
So it's just me. Just
Yeah.
me during the dream sequence.
I cried during the penultimate.
cry babies.
Yeah.
Matt wins.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, I cried at the penultimate of Zoe's, but not the finale. But that doesn't mean it was in my feels. At the end of the penultimate, I was like, my chest hurt. I was like, oh no, I'm
Yeah.
upset. What do I do now?
Aww.
Like, they're meant to be. They're just so meant to be.
Yeah.
Ah, so good. Like
Yeah.
the fact that he right away, that is like you love at first sight for him. Like, he was head over heels for her.
Yep.
And when he gets to the hospital, oh my God.
I know.
I love that they flipped it. The scene with Peter Gallagher and Mary Steenburgen when they're in the hospital, when she's in the hospital bed and he's like, I can't live without you. Like, you can't. Like, fuck me up. What a good twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole episode was really good. Even like the season finale where you see him at the airport with the other chick and like she sees him singing and you think that it's about
I knew it wasn't.
I
Oh,
know,
I knew.
I
Yeah.
know. Guys, I'm just saying that's
Yeah.
what they want you to think.
Yeah.
And then he just comes back and you're just like, this was the piece I needed.
You know, it's interesting when Mackenzie's asking about Tobin and Simon saying, did it not work because they worked together? And she's playing with the ring. I forgot that Max had given her that ring until she was sitting on the bench playing with it. And he was like, whatever. I was like, oh my goodness gracious.
Welcome back, Max. We missed you.
He's so handsome.
I
It hurts
thought,
me.
he's so handsome. He's so charming. I mean, he's had our hearts since Pitch Perfect.
Wait, him and Leaf singing the Ed Sheeran song back and forth to each other during the whatever, it was amazing. They're really leaning into Danny Michael Davis.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. He's a goof.
All right. Well, that wraps it up.
Yeah, I love these episodes.
Yeah, we hope you guys love them too.
It's because I don't have to prepare anything.
Nope, nothing. No notes.
No notes.
no.
No notes. Danny.
This has been My Favorite Episode Of. My Favorite Episode Of is produced by Matt Kelly as part of the Geekscape Network and hosted by Julie and Kathleen. Check out our show notes for all of our socials and email us at myfavoriteepisodepodcast@gmail.com. Rate, review, and subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting apps, and we'll be back next week with a new episode of My Favorite Episode Of.
You're listening to the Geekscape Network. You're listening to the Geekscape Network.